Something that has worked really well for me from a lead gen perspective, which is probably one of the easiest things you can do. So if you have a lead magnet of any sort, you can put this as like something in your post. You could talk about it in your video. You could do like a carousel about it. In your caption, what you probably normally do is write loads of value and then at the bottom say something like comment guide and I'll send you my free emotional eating guide and you get nothing from it. Just put your caption as comment the word X for this thing and I'll send you it. And I've had like 20 leads from doing that this week, something mad. I've had people interested in master coaching, so it's crazy how good it works. So just literally write your caption as comment the word X for it, and you will get more people reaching out for it. Thank you, you're welcome. You can all buy me a drink when you make loads of money from doing that. So easy as hell, makes such a world of a difference. Like, trust me. Okay. I think that's probably most people that said they were coming. So Leanne, as per usual, you just let people in if they come late because they're losers. And we'll dive into tonight's, which I am freaking buzzing about. I'm buzzing about all of them, I can't lie. But this one is going to completely change your mindset, relationship with selling and money and start to bring you more money, which is what we all want. No one says it, no one admits it, but you do. So there we go. Okay. So as per usual, there'll be a bit of journaling, a bit of reflection on this, but we'll just go into it. I won't spend too long on that. So today's agenda, ladies, I don't think there's no men in this, thank God. We are going to be working on reprogramming your relationship with money to actually charge your worth, attract more wealth into your life, and ultimately, probably what's more important is to get you not being scared and hating and avoiding selling. Because selling is key to getting clients, and you need to have a good, positive relationship with selling, a good mindset towards selling to put yourself out there, get more inquiries, get more sales, get more clients. So, what is money mindset? Because this is what we're going to start with. It's a bit of a buzzword, a bit of a woo-woo word that's thrown around at the moment. But money mindset just simply refers to your beliefs, attitudes, and emotions that you have about money. It's the lens through which you view earning, saving, spending, and investing. And those beliefs that you have around that drive your behaviors, decisions, and ultimately they do influence your financial outcomes, whether you realize it or not. And that's what I'm going to basically open up your mind to today. So your money mindset very much influences how much money you make because beliefs drive behaviors. If you remember last week when we spoke about that belief cycle, just as before I forget as well, if you've got questions, put them in the chat. I'll come back to them at the end. Beliefs drive your thoughts, your feelings, and they drive your outcomes. So if you have scarcity beliefs around money, money is hard to get, money doesn't come easy into my life, that's going to lead to thoughts and feelings around that, anxiety. I'm going to come on to this a bit more in a bit. So then you're going to have fears of spending, worries about investing. So you're not going to be doing things that are going to help you to grow your business. You're not going to charge your worth. But if you have an abundance mindset, you're going to be confident in your spending. You're going to take calculated risks and you're going to make moves that are going to drive your business forward. Self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you believe that money is hard to come by, you may unconsciously sabotage opportunities to make more money. So for example, undercharging, you might gaslight yourself. It's like, oh, I just want to make my coaching accessible for people. But you're not going to grow a business if you're charging like 50, 60 pound a month. You might not join programs or courses or things that are going to better your success as a coach because you're like, oh, well, if I spend all this money, I'm going to lose it all. You don't believe that you're going to get it back. Whereas if you believe that money comes effortlessly, I can make money, money comes around. This is creating openness to financial growth and finding opportunities to grow and make more money. You're going to raise your prices. You're going to be more confident in selling. You're going to invest in things that are going to allow you to grow. So what you believe dictates your actions, and your actions are going to dictate how much money you can bring into your life and your business. And on that, money mindset dictates your decision making. So if you have this scarcity mindset, like you're going to be in fear-based mode, fear-based decisions, playing small as to what's possible, avoiding investing. Whereas if you have that abundance mindset that money is easy to get, you're going to be focused on growth-oriented decisions, investing in new skills, investing in knowledge, investing in your business. And that's what's going to allow it to grow. Your relationship with money. So if you have a healthy, positive relationship with money, it becomes a positive tool. It's something that empowers you. It's something that allows growth. Whereas if you have a negative relationship, it's going to create stress. It's going to create shame. It's going to create avoidance-based behaviors. And that's going to have a massive impact, not just on your finances, but your well-being. If you have a positive money mindset, You are confident in your decisions. You have peace of mind when you make these decisions. You feel calm, you feel collected. And that calm, collected energy is something that is going to push you forward. Like we spoke about last week, when you're in a state of calm, everything moves forward. When you have a negative money mindset, there is anxiety. You have a client drop off, you're in panic mode. That panic mode doesn't lead to great decisions. That panic mode doesn't lead to you showing up at your best. Constant stress. When you're stressed, as you will all know, you're not showing up at your best. And frustration and anger and negative emotions, so it impacts your psychological well-being, and that in turn can impact your results. So what I want you to think about right now is, what is your relationship with money like? And this is where I want you to start to journal and reflect on this. So if money was a person and you were in a relationship with money, what would they say about you? Would they say that you're reckless? Would they say that you're a bit tight? Would they say that it's a positive relationship? Is it positive or is it negative? Is it a fun, positive, empowering relationship, or is it stressful? Is it tense? Would they say that you're careless? Would they say that you care too much? I want you to really think about your relationship with money. We'll dive into a little bit more about your money story later, but I just want you to be really, really clear, because it's not something that we ever get told to think about or reflect on. But as you've just seen from those few slides alone, your relationship with money can literally, for some people, be the make or the break to the success that you want and crave. So I want you to be really self-aware of this. What is your relationship with money like? Okay. So this part might get a bit woo-woo. Some of this might turn you guys off, and you've got a choice here. You can listen to what I'm saying, you can take action on it, you can get some results, or you can go, this is not for me. It's completely fine, but I promise you, you take action on this, you're going to see some results. Because there is a science around money and energy. This is not just woo-woo, law of attraction, manifest, candle, sage. No, there is science to this. Money is often very much seen as just a tangible resource. It's a physical thing. But at its core, at its fundamental, it is an exchange of energy. It is a form of energy. And if you can understand the very basics, and I'm going to go very basic on this. I know some of you might have done, if you want to get really, really sciencey on it, the book by Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, absolutely insane, completely changed my view on this with the science. It's mad. If you can understand basic principles of quantum physics, vibrations, frequencies, you can align your mindset and actions to attract wealth more easily. I'm not just going to say put £1 million on a vision board and you're going to have £1 million. If that worked, I'd have already done it many a time, but there are ways that you can do this. This is a bit more woo-woo, this is a bit more out there, but you can choose to ignore it, or you can work with me, work with the science, and just get everything moving. So looking first at quantum physics and money. So quantum physics basically reveals that everything in the universe, absolutely everything, including money, is just a form of energy. And at its smallest level, things made of particles vibrate at specific frequencies. And these vibrations create this reality that we perceive. So just like sound, just like light, just like heat, money is a form of energy that interacts with our personal energy fields. And how we think, how we feel, and how we act influences the vibrations that we emit, which in turn affects what we attract into our lives. This whole law of attraction, there is a science to it. It is all quantum physics. It's not just woo-woo, I manifest a car and I get one. There is science behind it. So when your thoughts and your emotions are aligned with abundance, think gratitude, confidence, positive energy, everything around me is abundant, I can have as much as I want. You send out this high frequency vibration that resonates with positive things around money, wealth, opportunities. But on the flip side, if you are in this lack mindset, you are throwing out fear, doubt, scarcity. This is low frequency vibrations, and that actually does repel money because it's repelling energy. So your energy frequency is shaped by your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. So to attract money, to not repel money, to attract this energy, you need to align the frequency with the energy of abundance, that positive energy around it. So ways that you can do this: positive thoughts about money. Regularly visualizing yourself achieving the success that you want helps you vibrate at a frequency that attracts money. You can write affirmations if you want, just getting you in a positive state and thinking about money. Your beliefs. If you have beliefs like money is hard to earn, money makes me a bad person, money is not a good thing, that is lowering your frequency. Whereas your beliefs around I am worthy of wealth, money brings happiness, money brings good things, that raises it. And your emotional state. So like we were talking about, that negative money mindset where you're in this constant state of panic, anxiety, That is low frequency, that is low energy. Whereas gratitude, joy, positive energy, empowerment, that's that high frequency energy. Like I said on this, you can choose to ignore this, but there is a science behind it. Operating at a positive energy, positive thoughts, positive feelings around money attracts more money by the law of science. And this whole law of attraction thing, just saying I want more money doesn't bring it in. But in a scientific form, where you focus your energy, results go. Where your energy goes, energy flows. And this formula is really simple. Manifestation is not sticking it on a vision board, writing it down, and hoping that it comes out. That's whether that's true or not, we can argue on that one. But this is something I've got a lot of my one-to-ones to do, is to get very clear on what you want and focus on it every single day. Focus plus intent equals manifestation, or ultimately the result that you want. So when you focus on abundance, you get what you want. You focus on the opportunities for growth. If you're in this abundance mindset that there's opportunities everywhere, there's money everywhere, there's leads everywhere, there's clients everywhere, you will see them. Whereas if you dwell on what you don't have, you attract, in inverted commas, more scarcity. So what you focus on is what you see. If you focus on abundance, you will find abundance. You will find more clients, you will find leads, you will find opportunities. If you focus on what you don't have and the scarcity, you'll be like, there's no leads, there's no potential clients, there's no opportunities for growth here, and you're going to stay stuck. And intentions act as a guide for your energy. Intentions are basically setting clear expectations on what you want to do, a focused pathway. So this helps you avoid distractions or self-sabotage. So in the context of making more money, this could be intentions around how many people you're going to message, how many times you're going to do a lead blast, how many times you're going to ask for referrals. So focusing on what you want, putting actions in place, gets you the result that you want. Simple as that. That is the law of attraction in reality. And how you want to think about intentions, guys, is they're your blueprint for your energy. So the clearer that you are about what you want, the clearer you are about your financial goals, the stronger your ability is to track them. Your mind loves clarity. Your subconscious loves clarity. So if you have a goal of, and I'm sure every single person on this call has a goal of, I want to earn more money, that is not enough. You need to define exactly how much money you want to earn, why, and when. I want to earn 5K a month to support my family, invest in my business, travel twice a year, make a good impact, and have the life I want. You need clarity. You need visual cues. You need to imagine the ways that you're going to use your money. What am I actually doing with this money? You need to have clarity on where this money is going. And that visualization anchors your intentions and ultimately helps you align your actions to your goals. And you also need to amplify this with gratitude. So not just focusing on where you want to be, but actually being really content with where you are. Because gratitude raises your personal vibration, your personal energy. You're in that calm state, you're in that calm energy, and that strengthens your attraction to abundance. And remember, when you're in a calm energy, you can make much more sensible decisions. Set clear goals, and I would always have these somewhere visual as well, and you will start to align your actions with them. So coming back to money then, your mindset relationship with money. Where does your money mindset come from? Because right now you understand that you need to have a much more positive mindset about money if you want to make more money. You now have awareness of your money mindset. Is it positive? Is it negative? But I just want to help you guys understand where this has come from and to understand why you're in the space that you are right now. So a big one, and probably the biggest, is your childhood, your upbringing, your past. If you had family beliefs that money doesn't grow on trees, we can't afford this, very, very scarce mindset that was drilled in from your childhood experience, you're going to have a very, very scarce mindset growing up. Small comments, habits, behaviors that you observe growing up shape your view of money. So if you always, for example, watched your parents budget really heavily, be really, really, really tight with their money, then you will grow up internalizing that money is really hard to come by. There isn't much of it. I've got to work really hard for it. Maybe you saw your mum or dad graft their arse off to make ends meet, working long shifts, long hours. You internalize that's what I need to do. You believe that if you want to make money, you're going to have to work so goddamn hard day in, day out. Whereas if you grew up with money just everywhere, you had things bought for you, you're going to believe, oh, well, money's really easy to come by. So don't disregard the small things that you saw growing up. They make a huge impact on how you think and feel about money right now. Cultural norms. Everyone on here, we're in quite a similar culture, but you may have different religions, different, local cultures, etc. But generally in the Western society, we're in this very, very, very instant gratification, consumerism. There's a lot of status associated with wealth. So we believe that money is, only for certain people, it's for the elite. And, maybe in your religion, maybe in your culture, there might be some norms around money that, wealth equals greed. There's certain religions where they don't want to have excessive money, like Buddhism, for example. So that might shape how you think about money. Like if I have all this money, that makes me a bad person, whether you realize it consciously or not. Educational background is a big one. A lot of us don't get brought up with much education around money. We don't get taught about taxes. We don't get taught about budgeting. We're just kind of left to our own devices, which means that we step into adulthood, we step into working on our own business, feeling actually very disempowered. We don't know much. And that can make us feel very out of control. And this is where scarcity mindset could come in because we don't understand investing. We don't understand saving. We don't actually understand how to do taxes and being a sole trader versus a limited company. Like we don't know any of this. So when you feel disempowered, you act from a place of safety. And that's where scarcity mindset can come in. Think about the media messages that you've grown up with. Success is making more money, hustle harder, growth. Or maybe you've seen more messages that money is evil. Think about the stories, the films that you've grown up with, where usually the evil character has a lot of money. The wealthy person, there's a lot of corruption. Villains always have a lot of money. Like, even if you don't realize it, they have a massive impact on how you think and feel about getting more money. Personal experiences, we all have our own personal experiences. Debt, poverty, running out of money, like this massively impacts. If you've had times where you've struggled with money, you've had to budget heavily, you are going to have scarcity. And also your generational beliefs, like your family narratives, like, well, we're not the type of people who make loads of money. We're very middle class. We're lower class. We're this. Like, if people make these declarative statements, you internalize that. That becomes your identity. And again, consciously or subconsciously, it impacts what you do. So just another couple of minutes. What is your story with money? Because we're going to rewrite it, and this is all part of what we're going to do now. What has shaped your mindset and your relationship with how you think, feel, act, behave about money right now? Your personal experiences, your family, your upbringing, the media, the stories that you've grown up with, the culture and the religion that you've grown up with. Like, how have things shaped you to be who you are right now? A big one for me was actually the films that I grew up with, always seeing the rich people, the people making lots of money, as greedy. They were always greedy. They were always the villain. They were always demonized. And that made me think that, money's a bad thing. Or the fact that these people were the very elite, there was only a few of them. It made me think, well, it's really, really freaking hard. My parents always worked long hours. They worked really hard. They still do. And that made me believe that, God, you've got to put some graft in just to make ends meet, just to pay the bills, just to tick the boxes. So I want you to really reflect on this. You can come back to it as well, but really understand what has shaped you to think about money the way you are, because we're all born with a blank slate. There is no right or wrong. It's all just being shaped through our experiences. And there are two typical kinds of camp of money mindset: the scarcity and the abundance. So the scarcity mindset looks like having that fear of spending, being very hesitant. Oh, shall I buy that? Shall I invest in that? Constantly worrying about running out of money. When that client drops off, you're in panic mode. So you avoid taking risks. That mentorship, that program, that course that's a little bit out of reach, you avoid taking the risk. You're like, no, it's not going to come back. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait until I have X amount of clients, X amount of leads, etc. You're hoarding it. You're constantly saving money, constantly saving, but never spending. You're undercharging. There's coaches out there charging double what you do who have far less care, far less experience, but you're still charging it. And it feels very stressful. It feels very anxiety provoking. It feels like very limiting. And the problems with this mindset is it blocks growth because you don't invest in yourself. You don't see opportunities. So some examples would be like, I'm not going to invest in this tool or education to grow my business. I'm going to wait. You feel maybe negative about spending money. You invest and you're like, well, should I have done that? It's not a good thing to do. And you're hoarding it a lot. Whereas on the flip side, the place that we all want to be is abundance. And this looks like confidence in financial decisions, even if it's scary. Even when you make these massive investments, you're just like, yeah, because it's going to come back around. It's going to pay off. You believe that you're going to grow. You know money's going to come back around, so you take risks, you make investments. You charge what you're worth because you know that people will pay it. And that feels empowering. It feels freeing. It feels exciting. And this is going to open the doors to opportunities. It's going to lead to you not being burnt out because you're not going to need 100 clients to actually pay your bills, and you're going to have long-term financial success. And the abundance mindset is not just about making more money, having the Ferrari, having the Lambo. It's about your mental health too, because you are not constantly stressed. You are confident in the decisions that you make. You're not worried about everything that you do, which is associated with that scarcity mindset. You invest in things that are going to allow you to grow, tools, education, etc. When you charge what you're worth, it improves your self-confidence and self-worth. Because whether you realize it consciously or not, if you know there are coaches charging double and they're not as good as you, what does that actually say about your self-worth and how you feel about yourself if you undercut that? What does that actually say about how you feel about yourself as a person? It's not great. Whereas if you charge what you're worth, that's saying, I am worth this. And that improves your confidence, your self-worth, and your value. And it opens the opportunities because if you believe in growth, you are going to take these calculated risks that can lead to bigger rewards. I know there are people on this call who have invested a lot into mentorship. Some aren't great, but hey, some will be the best decision of your life. Think about maybe if you've hired a fitness coach. It's an investment, it's a risk, but hey, maybe they changed your life. And I know there are some stories on this call from the chats I've had where that investment has literally given them a whole new lease of life. And that is amazing. But when you're in scarcity, you're in anxiety mode all the time. You are scared of spending. You are scared of taking risks. You panic like fuck when that person doesn't show up on that sales call, when that person drops off. And you're constantly in this negative, horrible energy. So you avoid investing. You avoid these opportunities that might lead to business development because what if I spend it and I don't get it back? And that doesn't allow you to grow your skills, your knowledge, yourself. And that, like I said, can really diminish your confidence as a coach because you're not charging your worth. And when you focus on this not enough mindset, like we spoke about last week, that mental filter, these opportunities, these possibilities, you're filtering them out because you're just in this save, I will wait mode. And there's all these opportunities that could be around you that you're completely ignoring. So it's literally stunting the growth that you could have. So how do you change your relationship with money? Because I know there will not be a single person on this call who has a 10-10 money mindset. So how do we change it? The first is to understand and know exactly where your personal money story comes from. So go back to your story if we need to go back to those prompts and understand. And some prompts to really get you understanding is knowing when it comes to money, I feel. What are the thoughts? What are the initial reactions that come? The energy, the thoughts, the feelings. Money has always been X for me. It's always been a struggle. It's always been a challenge. It's always been easy. Growing up, I saw money as hard to come by. Something that allowed me to grow and better myself. Something that was to pay the bills. Like, what was your story? And what were you always told that money was? Good? Bad? Easy to come by? What is your relationship with it? The next thing and the most important thing is to let go of that old story. Because unless you have a really positive money mindset right now, that old narrative is not serving you. That old narrative is stunting you, getting you what you want. That old narrative is literally stopping you growing and getting more money. So you're going to acknowledge it, but we're going to let go of it. And once you have written down that money mindset, that story about your mindset, I want you to actually write it down on a piece of paper. And I want you, in the most empowering way, whatever feels good for you, to let it the fuck go. Burn it, rip it up, feed it to the dog. I don't care what you do with it, but I want you to have a very significant moment where you go, I'm letting this go. This is not what I choose to believe anymore. That was my life, but I know that's holding me back and I'm letting it the fuck go. I love ripping stuff up. That's me. If you've got a fire, burn it, do what you want, but just let it the fuck go. Commit to moving on. And you are going to commit to rewriting your beliefs into a new one. So if you believe right now that money is really bloody hard to come by, your new belief that you're going to choose to accept is money flows easily to me. And right now, this might feel cringe. This might feel like I'm just saying something that I don't believe, but you won't believe it until you change your beliefs. If you believe that money is, let me go back. If you believe that money is evil, we're changing that. So money allows me to do good in the world. And you're going to write this new story. Oh, there's loads of people's chat going off. There's something going wrong technically. Oh, no. I was just like, shit, have I done something wrong technically? That's fine. Money is evil. Money allows me to do good in the world. And you're going to write these once a day. And you have to be repetitive because to rewrite a belief takes time. You have to treat your brain the same that you do your muscles in the gym. I know, well, most of you. I know most of you are really consistent in the gym. To progress your cardio, you have to keep training. To progress your strength, you have to keep training. To change your mindset, you have to keep training it. And the more that you change that, the more that you will start to believe it, and the more that your behaviors will start to align with it. Other things that you can do to actually change your relationship with money: gain clarity and control. Because a lot of the time, when you have a negative relationship with money, there's a lot of avoidance. You don't check your bank account. You don't have spreadsheets for your business incomings and outgoings. You're not looking at your lead flow. You're not looking at how much money your business is bringing in. You're like, oh, it looks roughly okay on Stripe. It'll be fine. No, 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 no. You want clarity. You want to treat your business bank account like that boss ass CEO I spoke about last week. That person who they will know their business incomings out, inside out. Of course they will. You're going to do that. Understand and be totally in control. Because if you avoid checking your bank, you avoid looking at your ingoings, your outgoings in your business, what does that tell your mind? It tells your mind that you're scared of it, that you're fearful of money, that it controls you. No, you're going to take control back. Empower your subconscious by showing you how you're in control. So regularly audit how much money is coming in and out. What's your profit? Like, think of Dragon's Den, where they're like, what are your profit margins? What's your cost per lead? All this stuff. Like, you need to kind of be aware of all this stuff, guys, because that's empowering. Don't ignore money. Ignoring suggests fear, and that reinforces a negative mindset. So take control, budget, plan, forecast, like do all these things and set clear financial goals. Don't just say, I want to make more money this month. I want to take on more clients. Like, you need to get specific. And I know it's scary to be specific, but if you want that positive money mindset, you have to be specific. And I think there's a few of you on this call. Anyone who was on the OTE when I was in the OTE, I actually did like a whole webinar on this, that when I was really trying to grow my business, one thing I did every single month was write down how much more money I wanted to make, how many more clients and lives I wanted to impact. And I kid you not, every single month I did that, I hit that financial milestone. Was it because I read it on a vision board? No. Was it because I saw that every day and I aligned my actions, my thoughts, my feelings, my behaviors with it? Yes, it was. So get clear. Stop this. I want to take on some clients. I want to make more money. You want to set clear goals every single month. And I promise you that clarity will give you more success. And then you need to align your energy with this abundance. So something that you need to understand, and I'll come on to expand on this in a bit more if you're not sure what this is, you need to understand your energetic minimum for wealth. So that sounds really, really woo-woo and crazy, but all that is the lowest amount of money you're energetically comfortable with having, earning, or receiving. So it's like kind of like a financial set point, something that your brain and habits won't allow you to go below without taking action. So if you're like, right, I'm happy making 2K a month. If I go below that, I'm in panic mode. That's when I'll start to be like, shit, do I need to go back to my full-time job? Shit, what do I need to do? So you will all have this kind of minimum where you feel comfortable. So how you know what that is just look at your past income levels. Like, what's the lowest amount of money you consistently make, even during hard times? What's the minimum balance in your bank account before you feel stressed and take action? Or the minimum that you get on Stripe each month before you stress and take action? What is your energetic minimum? So the minimum amount of money that you're happy to receive every single month. Okay? And the reason that you need to understand this is that when you have a very, very low energetic minimum, you limit your capacity for growth. So a kind of a way of looking at this is, if you say, for example, oh, my energetic minimum is 2K and you're consistently making like 2.5K, you're comfortable. You're not pushing yourself. You're not challenging yourself. You've got a limited capacity for growth. So what you want to think about is actually increasing your energetic minimum. Because when your energetic minimum is pretty low, you're in survival mode, just focusing on, right, I'll just hit the boxes. I'll just make enough. That's fine. You think, oh, money's really hard to come by, so I'll keep my energetic minimum low. And because you're so scared of losing money, that minimum can prevent you from investing in opportunities to grow. So what you actually need to do is you need to raise your energetic minimum. You need to decide on a bare minimum that feels just a little bit outside your comfort zone right now to start to raise your mindset to what is possible. To start to take actions on someone who makes more money, and you will make more money. So for example, if right now that energetic minimum is $2,000, maybe aim for 3. Raise it. It's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel weird, but hey, you are going to take actions that do that. So I know, for example, there's someone on this call, I'm not going to name names, not going to make them feel uncomfortable. They want to earn, where they're going to feel comfortable, where they're going to feel good is 3K, but maybe their energetic minimum is 2. Raise it to 3. Yeah, you're not there yet, but you are going to start acting as if it is, and you are going to start to make more money. Build safety nets if you don't have them. Now, this might feel like like a scarcity mindset behavior to do, but if you do not have safety nets, that if you have a shit month in business, because we all do, business is unpredictable. Even if you're doing everything right, you're going to have ups and downs. 10 clients leave tomorrow. If you do not have a safety net behind you, you are always going to be operating in panic mode. Whereas if you have just a little amount saved that will cover you if you have things go to shit, you aren't going to panic. You're going to be like, well, money's going to come back around. I'm safe. I'm calm. So have safety nets. Make decisions and investments as though you're already at your higher minimum. Now, don't go and do silly things and be like, oh, well, I want my energetic minimum to be 10K a month, so I'm going to invest in these like multiple, six-figure mentorships and stuff. Like, be sensible, guys. Don't go and buy Lambos tomorrow. But if you act as if you're already there, you build confidence in yourself and you shift yourself into that attraction energy. So think about your higher self who's already making that. What would they do in that? Be calculated, but also take those risks. And surround yourself with energy. People who operate at this higher energy. Like if you're constantly around people who are moaning about how skint they are, how hard it is to make money, that's how you're going to think about money. Be around people who are in that growth mindset. Mentors, friends, communities, people who are at this higher energetic minimum to expand your mindset to what is possible. Because if you are in a circle of people who are always complaining about how skint they are, how little money they have, like that's the reality that you perceive. But if anyone here has been in a mentorship where there are people doing serious money, you just think, oh my God, this is what's possible. Especially when you relate to these people. They're the same age as you. They've got the same background as you. You realize, actually, this is what's freaking possible. Get yourself in circles like that, and that will change how you think and feel about money completely. So that is money mindset. Moving now into sales. So again, I'm going to ask you that question again. What is your relationship like with sales and selling? If sales was a person, how would you feel around them? And why do you feel this way? Like when you think about selling and sell, your DMs on sales calls, how does it make you feel? Do you have fear? Do you have fear of rejection? Fear of people saying no? Do you believe that sales is pushy, that it makes you aggressive, it makes you assertive, it's not a nice thing to do? Do you associate selling with manipulation, being sleazy? What are your past experiences like with selling or being sold to? Are they positive? Are they negative? What is your relationship like with selling? How do you feel when you're in the DMs having conversations about your coaching? Good? Icky? Nervous? Anxious? How do you think jump on consultation calls? Good? Excited that you're going to change their life? Nervous? What is your relationship like with selling? And again, I want you to really think about this. Now, in terms of this, ignore this. This should be changing relationship with selling. Selling in dictionary definition is simply the exchange of goods or a service for money, the action of selling something. But how I want you guys to think about selling is that selling is sharing value and helping others to achieve their goals and better their life through an exchange, through a tool that you can have. Selling is a way of sharing value and helping others to get what they want to better their lives through an exchange that you can offer. Okay? So this is something that a couple of my clients have done with me. So if you've already done this with me, then you'll know this analogy. But I want you to imagine this. You found this magic wand that you could use to change people's lives. You can give them more happiness. You can give them more confidence. You can give them more wealth. You can give them more health. You can give them more energy. If you found this magic wand, what would you do with it? You wouldn't keep it to yourself. You wouldn't hide it. You would go around showing people, telling people, be like, hey, look, I can change your life. I can make you more happy. I can get you what you want. You just have to trust me to use this magic spell on you and your life is going to change. That's what you do, right? Unless you're a selfish human who wouldn't do that, but that's a different story. I don't think anyone like this on this call. Your coaching service is that wand. The service that you provide, the knowledge that you have, the care, the skills, everything is that magic wand, guys. So if you kept that wand a secret, what would that confirm and make you as a person? Selfish? Unkind? How would you feel if someone kept it a secret from you? If someone that you knew had a magic wand that could change your life and they weren't sharing it, how would you feel about that person? Like, what's wrong with them? Why are they not doing that? That is you when you don't sell yourself. When you do not sell yourself, when you do not promote your services, when you do not hype the fuck up what you do, when you do not jump into the DMs like, I can change your life and have that energy on sales calls, that is you keeping that magic tool a secret. And that is the cost of not selling. Lives unchanged, opportunities missed, And ultimately, people stuck in a place where they're not happy, they're not healthy, they're not getting what they want out of life. So for the next 30 days, I want you to think about, just the next 30 days, I want you to think about your coaching service as this magic wand. You can make it a magic whatever, but I just like Harry Potter and I just think that's a really easy way of looking at it, right? And imagine that you've got this tool that will change and transform lives. Go and fucking shout about it. Share it with pride. Share it with passion, whether that's on your stories, in the DMs, on a consultation call, speaking to someone who's asked about what it is that you do. Don't just be like, oh, I'm an online coach. No, 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 no. What do you do? What is that one that you have? Because everyone's wand here, no euphemism, is very, very different. You all work with different clients. You all have different niches. You all have different skills. But go and fucking shout about that. Because selling, whether that's on a call, in the DMs, through messages, speaking to someone who's asked what you do at a cafe, is you sharing the magic wand with the world. You have the power to literally change someone's life in your hand. Ride with that energy and people will feel it. It's not icky. It's not a bad thing. But you holding it and not sharing it with the world, sign up for my coaching on the DMs, wherever than this boss ass energy. Going onto a call timid, not hyping up what you do, not inviting people in when you're on DMs who you think would be a good fit. That's you keeping that one to yourself. That's not a good thing to do. Selling is a good thing to do. I love that my voice cracked just at like a really deep moment. I love that, but here we are. And if you share that energy, that passion, that belief that what you do will change their life, people will feel it. People react differently to a story that says, great week of check-ins, inquire for my coaching, versus insane week of check-ins. What the results the clients get with me are literally life-changing, and I want to change more of your lives. If you want to be the next success story, click this link. They're both saying the same thing, but one person is actually selling themselves. People feel that energy. So I want you to think about your coaching services now as that magic wand. And I want to see this energy. I want to see this energy on your stories, in your posts. I don't want you to play small. I don't want you to hold back, because I know every single person on this call is an insane coach. They have so much passion, so much energy, so much skill set, and I want to see that now. The magic wand, that's how you want to think about it now. Think about what you're doing when you're not sharing it. Think about what you are doing when you're sharing it. You've got the tool to change lives. And remember, even if you had that magic wand, someone might say to you, no, 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 thanks, no magic on me. That's their choice. It's okay for people to not want it. It's okay for people to say no. It's not okay for you to not share your magic with the world. I know that's cringy, but that's going to change your mindset around selling for the rest of your life. You're welcome. So, to recap today, your money mindset shapes your wealth. So, the things that we want to action is to change and rewrite your money story. Go rip it up. Take actions that promote abundance over scarcity. Not just writing them down, but actually taking those actions that are going to put you into that abundance mindset. Change your energetic minimum. Whatever that is right now, you're going to change it, you're going to shift it up. And start to sell. It is a disservice and a bad thing to not sell yourself. Magic wand, just think about that. Now, on Thursday, what I'm going to be sharing with you in the group is a training, and I'm going to give you the guide, but I'm also going to do you a loom on psychology of selling and some ridiculously simple to action, be like what I did at the start. Very easy things. I'm very much about ease here. None of this making it complex. No, 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 keeping it simple. That are psychology-backed methods that are going to help you to bring more clients in the way that you promote yourself, in your marketing, etc. So you've got that to look forward to as well. But on tonight, let me press